With us here on a Tuesday afternoon on First at 3, I'm Dave Zavolinsky. We are feeling the temperatures of spring today. It's just not going to last. The check of the 10-day forecast with Jade coming up in just a few minutes. But first, some of our top regional headlines here at 3:30. Happening tomorrow, we could learn that the priority candidate for the next president of the University of Nebraska. An item was added to the Board of Regents meeting agenda today, which would result in the board possibly designating their lead candidate. The Regents face some increased pressure to fill the position following the departure of Athletic Director Trev Alberts and the governor's call to action just last week. Former university president Ted Carter announced he was leaving for Ohio State back in August of last year.